Welcome to the DarkCase Files channel. Some cases just stick with you. This case is one of those for me. Let's jump into it. California, September 1978. 14-year-old Mary Vincent is arguing with her parents. They can't understand why she's staying out so late, and she doesn't want to hear their concerns. In the end, her father tells her she can stay out as long as she wants, but he doesn't want her walking home alone so late, so he offers to drive her, or she can hitch a ride with one of the family's friends. She decides to hitchhike. She walks down the road to the freeway with her thumb out, waiting for a ride. It's not safe, but cars are whizzing by and she's sure one of them will stop. Soon enough, a man slows down and asks her if she needs a ride. She thanks him and hops into the car, but little does she know, this will be the biggest mistake of her life. The man is 36-year-old Lawrence Singleton. He seems nice and offers her water and asks her questions to make conversation. But Mary doesn't talk much. She's still angry about what happened at home and also worries about how unsafe this situation is. Thankfully, Lawrence turns on the radio and the conversation eases up. Soon they're chatting away as if they've known each other for years. As they approach Mary's exit, she thanks Lawrence and tries to get out, but he puts his hand on her shoulder and tells her he's not done with her yet. Mary tries to push him off, but he's too strong. Before she knows it, he has shoved her onto the seat and taken off his clothes. And that's when she realizes this man isn't going to take her home. Lawrence drives past Mary's exit and continues farther down the freeway. Alone and scared, Mary tries to keep her wits about her. Lawrence is clearly crazy. How did she not realize it before? She thinks about jumping out of the car, but it's moving way too fast. Plus, she's not sure if she could find her way home in this part of town anyway. And so she stays put, praying Lawrence won't hurt her. However, as time passes, she senses something evil in his eyes. Something's brewing beneath the surface and she doesn't think it's good. Lawrence pulls off the road and parks in a secluded area. He tells Mary he needs to pee and asks her if she'll come with him. Though afraid, she goes with him, and when he's distracted, she runs as fast as she can away from him. When Lawrence sees Mary running, he takes off after her. She stumbles and falls, but he catches up to her and roughly pushes her back to the car. Then he does something unthinkable. He beats her, strips her, and leaves her in the middle of nowhere. Bare and bloodied, Mary crawls under some bushes to hide. Mary lies there terrified for what feels like hours. Eventually, she hears a car coming and flags it down. The driver is a woman, and when she sees Mary's state, she stops. Mary motions for help, but the woman's face contorts when she sees Mary's wounds. Mary, though in pain, understands and gets up. She grabs her bag and walks away without a word. Soon, she hears another car coming and again flags it down. This person, though, is no better than the last. They yell at her for blocking the road and tell her to move. And when Mary points to her wounds, the driver speeds off. All alone once more, Mary crawls onto the side of the road. Blood flows down her legs and onto the asphalt. She doesn't know how long she's been out here, but she knows she has to get home. With all her might, she stands up and starts walking away from the road. She walks for what feels like forever. Each step is difficult, and the more she walks, the weaker she becomes. But she keeps going, knowing she can't stop. Not now. She won't make it home if she falls. A short while later, Mary collapses onto the side of the road. A couple driving by sees her and stops to see if she's okay. She's not. They rush to her aid and call emergency services. An ambulance arrives and rushes her to the nearest hospital. At first, the doctors are unsure if Mary will make it. Her injuries are extensive. She has been beaten, raped, shot twice in the head, and left for dead. She's only 14. When Mary's parents arrive at the hospital, they immediately demand to know who did this to their daughter. But Mary's still unconscious and unable to speak. For days, the police have no leads and Mary's parents are beside themselves with worry. Mary, though, is a fighter. She clings to life, determined to get better. And when she does wake up, the first thing she does is tell the police everything she remembers. From her hospital bed, Mary helps the police draw a composite sketch of Lawrence. It's not great, but it's enough for the authorities to go on. One evening, a cop recognizes Lawrence from the sketch. It's not a perfect match, but it's close enough for the police to pay him a visit. When they arrive at his home, they find Lawrence and bring him in for questioning. At first, he denies everything, but the police already found blood matching Mary's DNA in his car. He cracks almost immediately after that. When Lawrence learned Mary survived, he panicked. He knew he wouldn't get away with what he did. Now, though, he had no choice but to face the consequences of his actions. The evidence against him was overwhelming, and soon he was convicted of attempted murder and rape and sentenced to 15 years in prison. He would never get out. However, that wasn't the end of Mary's story. Despite her horrific injuries, both mentally and physically, Mary made a full recovery. Part of her recovery was painting, and as she recovered, she showed her paintings to the press. People were astounded by her talent, and many wanted to buy her paintings to support her through this difficult time. Realizing this, Mary used her newfound fame to spread awareness about her case and help other victims of crime. One of the most powerful things she did was testify against Lawrence in court. She told the judge and jury about what he did to her and how he shattered her life. Her testimony was so impactful it led to Lawrence being given 15 life sentences plus 15 years. Mary continued to fight for justice for many years after that. She traveled the country speaking at schools and events, encouraging victims of sexual assault to come forward. She was even awarded the Key to Courage Award by an organization for helping other survivors. But Mary's story took another turn in 1987. That year, Lawrence was released from prison. To say people were shocked would be an understatement. How could such a monster be allowed to walk free? Well, as it turned out, it wasn't because of anything Lawrence did in prison. In fact, it was due to overcrowding and budget cuts. There simply wasn't enough room in the prisons to hold everyone convicted. Unfortunately, Mary's name was removed from the Witness Protection Program, which meant her attacker was now free and looking for her. She understandably panicked. Once again, she went on the run, this time with the FBI at her side. This time, Mary was able to keep her new identity secret. She married and started a new life far away from her old one. Still, she couldn't escape the nightmares and the trauma of what happened to her. In the end, she decided to go public with her story one more time. This time, she wanted to warn women across the nation to be on the lookout for Lawrence. Even after all these years, he was still dangerous, and she wanted to make sure nothing happened to anyone else. Where are they now? Today, Mary lives a quiet life out of the public eye. She still suffers from nightmares, but overall has managed to live a happy life. As for Lawrence, well, he hasn't exactly lived the best life since being set free. He's been in and out of prison ever since for failing to register as a sex offender. He's also been arrested several times for petty theft. As of 2023, he's 73 years old and still alive. I hope you enjoyed this case. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Also, I just started an account. If you want to see early or exclusive content, join up today. I'd love to have you. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.